I'm going to introduce our project named GAM, the Google Android Method. It is an open social network application for Google Android. The popularity of cell phones makes our lives much more convenient. However, there are still some problems bothering most of us. For example, unknown missing calls that we cannot decide if we should call back or not. And all those unsolicited advertisements and phony calls are pretty annoying. The cases mentioned above are troubling because the calls and messages are from strangers. We don't know about the relationship between the caller or message sender and us, so we cannot be sure how to react. We don't want to call back for a phony call, but we sure don't want to miss it if by any chance it was from a friend or friend. There are two kinds of strangers, being inside our circle of social contact or not, and we would like to deal with calls and messages from them differently. I will use the term familiar stranger for the strangers inside our circle of social contact. For example, a friend of our friends. What should we do if we want to identify the caller of an unknown missing call? What we do now is to ask our familiar if they know the caller. We might find that the call was from a friend of our friends, and we can put the caller into our contact list. After that, the familiar stranger has a direct link to us and became a familiar. Here's a picture showing the idea of one social network. The social network is built through mainly three kinds of relationships: relatives, friends, and co-workers, and social circles. Google Android Message, our GAM project, is a social network application that helps users of Google Android. Based on trust and privacy, it utilizes the social network of cell phones, which is not used now, to provide services. Now I will talk about the social network of the contact list of our cell phones build a hidden social network with great potential. The people in the contact list have real identities and interact with us in the real life, so the relationships are strong and reliable for you. Now I will talk about how we deal with the trust. We interact with people we trust. The trust of people is sensitive to some extent different for everyone. For example, I may trust someone and be willing to interact with him because he is trusted by one of my trusted friends. The distance between me and the trusted person in the network is called the range of trust, and is 3 in the case shown in the picture. The range of trust is what the user can specify and is used in the privacy policy. Now I will describe the privacy policy. Our familiars are divided into 3 groups as mentioned before. The user can decide whether the user is willing to let different groups access each other through the user. We use the arrow icon to show the privacy policy. For example, the double arrow icon means that people within the range of Trust 1 or Friend group can access the co-worker group. And the single arrow icon means only the people in the co-worker group can access them. Now I will introduce the services provided by the GAM. GAM helps users sharing information about their social networks. Users can query about an unknown call from the user's social network. The system provides public confidence and the user's personal trust of the result provider to help users judging the reliability of the result. Then the users can make feedbacks to introduce his or her familiars and warn phony calls to his or her familiars. In our daily life, we sometimes get some phone call from an unknown number. It may be your boss's personal cell phone, your friend's friend, a temp co-worker, a totally stranger, or a phony. It is hard to decide whether to answer or not. With the GAM service, we can find the social relationship between strangers and you. The yellow line stands for friend relationship. The blue line stands for co-worker relationship. And the red line stands for relative relationship. It could tell you that this stranger is your friend's relative by the first social network path. The star we see now means this contact is recommended to trust. And now we read some comments. Heather says this number is his wife, Annabelle. The public rate of this number means how well other users trust the comment provider. And the trust rate of this comment means how well you could trust the comment provider. And this is a phony warning by others. The bomb here means this contact is recommended not to trust. Now we have added Annabelle as a new contact. You can use GAM to add comment to your new friend. There are 5 types of contact lists. Your shared contact lists include family, friend, and coworker. And it is your local contact list. We can just add some comment, decide which group this contact belongs, and the bomb and star means that you notice that to trust or not to trust this contact. And now we add Annabelle as a friend. Now we select the friend group. We find that Annabelle is now in our friend group. Now we go to the others group. The others group keep the contact not belong to any group yet. Any comments written could be read by any other group. You can add phony number here and add a bomb to warn your friend. Now we demo the privacy policy. You can use privacy setting to share information or hide relationship. The single, double, triple arrow stands for different security of information sharing. For example, you could allow to share your friend relationship to your family. But don't share your family relationship to your friend. Here comes the conclusion. The GAM system makes use of the social network behind the contact list of cell phones. It provides a framework to interact with members within personal social circle based on privacy policy. It helps users to identify unknown callers and senders, so the phony calls and advertisements can be detected, and unknown callers can be identified. The future works can be focused on the following subjects. First, enrich information shared with familiars. Making comments on SMS ads or web pages and share with others. Be able to rate others' comments and show your style with a personal multimedia e-card. Second, hold event inside the social circle. For example, invite your friend to vote for a favorite restaurant, or notify your friends of your birthday party. The GAM project team thank you.